What if I were to suggest that you play a key role in the awakening world? And that you are watching this because you have heard the call. We can start right now by opening our hearts and minds. Welcome to the awakening world.
Good evening, everybody, and happy new moon to you. I'm Love Coach Scott Katamas, and you are watching The Awakening World, and it's great to have you all with us. Most of you know us, but for anybody that's kind of found us out of the blue, a big thanks to all of our friends at the Sign Network who get us out to all those Facebook and YouTube channels where you might be watching us. We are here to inspire and to inform and have a good time. And we do a show every Wednesday and Saturday. And once a month, we are blessed to have our wonderful friend Tangela as our co-host. She is the creatrix of Soul Search, which is the place to go to if you're looking for psychics, healers, new thought, astrologers. And you're going to meet 4 of her favorite luminaries tonight as they offer some of their wonderful offerings tonight. There'll be some psychic reading, there'll be some astrology, there'll be some group understanding about our galactic family, and a whole lot more. And our guests that she has brought include the Reverend Dr. Judy Weaver. Welcome, Judy. Debbie Solaris, who is somebody I always enjoy. When I'm at the Conscious Life Expo and there are all these people to choose to go see, I always go to see what Debbie has to say because she's quite rise. A new friend, welcome Greg Stanley to the show. And celebrating his birthday, of all the things a person can do on their birthday, he chose to spend it on the awakening world. This is Verdeluz Celestial. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Welcome aboard. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Looking forward to hearing from all of you, but we always start our show with music. And our house musical artist is with us tonight. Here is our beloved Omashar.
Yes, indeed. And welcome, everybody who's watching on Facebook and YouTube and Humanities Team and our other streaming partners. And it was very interesting. I've been feeling pretty weird all day, and I didn't realize it was actually a new moon in Taurus today. So that's pretty grounding for somebody who's got his feet in the clouds like I have. And kind of interesting that Scott mentioned those of us who are just joining tonight out of the blue, because the song I'm going to sing is called Out of the Blue. So get your dancing shoes on, and it's a short one, so be ready. And here we go with some cosmic background. Are you ready? Whatever happened to the ones that came before? Did they just vanish into the blue? Maybe they're living the dream we know to be true, and reaching their hands back out of the blue. My heart is so ready to embrace all that's new. I feel the love calling for me to break on through. With peace on my mind, I know that I'm coming to a new way of life that feels so true. Let me break it down. There's nothing here to hold me back from you. The clouds of my life have blown away. My lightness of being lifts me every day. I find myself feeling not so blue. Heart is so ready to embrace all that's new. I feel the love calling for me to break on through. With peace on my mind, I know that I'm coming to a new way of life that feels so true.
That gets us rocking and rolling. Thank you, brother.
Always, friend. Always a joy. There we go.
There we go. That's one of my favorites. That's a fun one. That's a really good one to start. And oh my God, I'm having a psychedelic trip watching your background, brother.
I know, I was too. I couldn't find the off button.
And that reminds me, as I had been reminded earlier, to switch, because I'm no longer Love Coach Scott. I am now
it's true, but that is the phoenix rising behind you, so that's
it
pretty
is
cool.
exactly, which I really like. All right, I'll keep it for now.
All right.
It is Tangela, and we love this woman. Now, she is the creatrix of Soul Search, and I encourage, if you have not already, go to soulsearch.io, soulsearch.io, put in your name and email address and where you are located. Very important to do that. This is the place where you're going to find amazing psychics, healers, astrologers, and they are doing enlightenment expos all over the world. Well, maybe not all over the world, all over the United States. It's amazing. Almost every weekend now you've got one happening.
Yeah.
So tell us about Soul Search.
Sure. So thanks, Scott. It's amazing, as always, every month to be here with the Global Peace Tribe family, with the Soul Search family. We are all about bringing soul family together at Soul Search, and we do that by connecting all of the incredible seekers that are around the world, whether you've been on the path for 40 years or whether you're just awakening and have so many questions and have curiosity. We support you in connecting with incredible teachers and guides and healers that can support you on your journey. And we do that with our directory. You can just come online and search for someone, whether it's Akashic Records, your starseed family, astrology, psychic readings, channeled readings. We have so much support, retreats, meditations, and of course, you can also come in live and join us in person in community. Scott is often there in the Bay Area with us at our expos. We have at least 2 to 3 every month. We were just in Vegas with Greg, right? And that was a lot of fun. And we're actually in Concord this weekend. So for any of you guys who are in the Bay Area, today was packed. It was amazing. We had John Gray finish off the day. We had Donna Hartley there doing past life, and Jared the medium is doing his mediumship circle tonight. But we have incredible instantaneous healing tomorrow with Moon and so many other incredible speakers. So come and join us. And otherwise, we're going to be in Scottsdale June 6th and 7th. That's one of our biggest shows. It's a lot of fun. And Reno also, which Scott often speaks at as well, is coming up June 13th and 14th at the GSR Casino. So you can come join us live in person at our expos, to our directory. And of course, you can check out our shows on Soul Search TV. We have a bunch of our newest Soul Search TV influencers here. You guys will be meeting, and you can come get live readings every week.
Fabulous. And again, you go to soulsearch.io, click up here for Enlightenment Expos, and you can see all the different cities that they've got expos going on. And they really are a lot of fun. So hopefully you'll see some of them. And you're going to meet 4 of her Soul Search luminaries tonight. And I'm really happy the first one's going to let us know a little bit about the astrology of today's new moon. So Tangela, I'll turn it over to you to introduce your first presenter.
Yeah, I'm really excited to be introducing Berta-Luz Celestial. He is an incredible human design expert, astrologer, and we actually met at the New Living Expo very recently. He came to my talk and meditation activation, and we met there. And I, at first, of course, had no idea he was such an incredible and accomplished practitioner and musician. But actually, we started talking, and now he is going to be having his own new Soul Search TV show starting June 17th, where he'll be doing live astrology, human design, and astrocartography readings. And the show is called Soul Codes, Starseed Evolutionary Astrology, Human Design, and Astro Locality Power Places. And we're super excited about that. And just to give you a little background about Bear, after his double lung collapse at the tender age of 17, Bear committed to seize the day and take the deep dive into life. A traveler to 45 countries, author of 2 books, Codex of the Soul and Aquarius Dawns, and creator of Divine Timing Online School, Bear uniquely blends systems of self-awareness, such as astrology, human design, and shamanic therapies, into his holistic life and business coaching practices. He teaches entrepreneurs, families, and couples how to honor and integrate their core patterns and archetypes. And he empowers clients by helping them strategize the when and where of life through time mapping and astrolocality power places, as well as the who, harmonic relating in both love and business. Since 2006, he has translated the occult and complex into a pragmatic language through his down-to-earth and playful speaking style. He facilitates workshops involving astrology, conscious relating, keynote concerts, breathwork, dance, and shamanic healing worldwide. So excited to have you here. You have incredible gifts that you bring. For I know people always ask me for astrocartography experts and who can show them where they should live, where they should go, where they should be starting or moving their business to. And, this is what you do. So welcome, Bear.
Wow, thanks for the intro. It's really an honor to share my birthday with all these incredible guests. And Scott, thank
Happy
you, thank you, thank you.
birthday. Happy, happy, happy
Yeah,
birthday. What a
yeah.
birthday present.
Special day, yeah. New
Birthday
moon.
party.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Do you want me to dive in here?
Yeah, go
Okay,
ahead.
so just a quick outline in the time that I have here with you. Again, thanks for sharing your time with me. Yeah, this is my 20th year as an astrologer, so I'm excited to share that. I started with the Mayan calendar, and that took me into Western astrology and this focus on locational work as well as a lot of business coaching. And I love human design and weave those together. So what I wanted to do today was invite a couple mini readings. But before I do that, so if you're interested, I guess you could let us know in the chat. Sure, Scott or Tangela, if you have a recommendation for that. But what I want to do is just show you a little bit about this new moon and talk about the invitation, because a new moon is always an invitation for us to plant seeds. It's initiatory time of the month and the year, and this is a really special one. And even the broadcast tonight is really, really powerful. I'll show you the chart, and we'll look at that for a couple minutes. And I want to take you through a Taurus embodiment practice, very brief, but I like to merge astrology and embodiment. So we'll do a little qigong for the Taurus new moon, and then I want to show you some of these astrolocality maps. So if you're not familiar, astrocartography or locational astrology is how we can find your power places around the world. So depending on what you're intending in your life, there's better and worse places to support those intentions. Or if you know that you want to move somewhere or travel somewhere, or create a retreat or an event, then we can look at what's happening in that location and what's happening at a particular time. So as Tanjula said, I've traveled to about 45 countries, and so I live it. I really strategize my own travels. I live quite nomadically as a digital nomad, and it's such an empowering tool. So I just show you a little bit about that, and if that's a little mini reading you want to look at, we could look at that too. And these will be the topics that I'll be sharing, of course, on the show, which I'm so excited is starting on the 17th. And then we'll take about 3 or 4 minutes at the end, and I'd love to close with a little guitar piece for you today. Cool. Sounds
So
good?
yep. And if people want to receive a mini reading from Vera de Luz, please click the raise your hand feature. Just like right here, see how my hand is raised? Well, there you go, right off the bat. So we'll have DRF first, but you wanted to share a little bit more about the astrology first, yeah?
Totally. Yeah, let's look at the chart for a couple minutes. And here we should see. So I actually pulled it up for right now. We've just had the new moon a couple hours ago. And so the new moon is at the very end degrees here of Taurus. And here's the sun and the moon. So just a few hours ago. And what is making this moon so powerful for us in terms of an intention right now is that this moon is conjunct both Mercury and Uranus. And so I want to break this down for you. So the first thing is that the new moon is in Taurus, the sign of sensuality, embodiment, and things like music and dance. So it's so great that we started the show. I'm going to play some music, that we're with our musical body, right? We're dancing, we're moving. We want to take a new moon in Taurus and say, how do I feel in this physical vessel, right? In this physical vehicle. And so it's a great time to be inviting in massage, movement, yoga, good food, right? A slow meal. Taurus loves slowness, sensuality. So you might want to do more of a tantric practice, let's say, where you take a single bite of food and maybe feed a partner or yourself and just melt into that piece of food or that chocolate, So it's a great time, or to plant in the garden, get your hands in the garden, eat some raw veggies from the garden. So that's very Taurus, right? Very embodied. But then we also have this moon conjunct Mercury and Uranus, both very mental planets. And so this is actually a perfect time for this podcast because we're getting these downloads from the mind, the planet of Mercury, communication, language, information, ideas. And we're getting it from Uranus. And what's so amazing about what's happening with Mercury and Uranus this week is that they're meeting together. This happens once a year by conjunction, and they're meeting at the degree of the zodiac, which is the degree of Alcyon. Alcyon is the central star of the Pleiades. And so we have this huge Pleiadian transmission that's happening this entire year, but there's a peak moment these next 2 weeks as Mercury and then the sun touch this whole star cluster of the Pleiades. So this would be the perfect time to connect with the Pleiadian guides, the Ascension Masters from the Pleiades, to really open your channel, to feel that love and that creative vibration that is so deep to the Pleiades. It's a system that's really important for me. My ascendant is 1 degree of Gemini, which is actually right where Uranus is and where Alcyon is. So I'm very connected to that system. And I invite you to be with that here today during this session and all sessions, to really connect with that star system that has a lot to do with the seeding of many civilizations, but this very fifth dimensional higher vibration. So we have a lot moving for us. It's a time to learn. You could be writing a lot, communicating a lot of messages are coming through. So the other thing that's happening is Mars is with Chiron. Now this can make us really driven and motivated and ambitious, Mars, towards Chiron things. Chiron is the wounded healer, the mentor, the coach, the guide. So again, a perfect time for us to be like, I am ready. I'm activated to learn, to tap in my own coaching ability, my own healing ability, and to receive that mentorship. And so this Mars Chiron, now there's a shadow, there's always a shadow, and that we can get very defensive or irritable. And if that's coming up, it's just to reveal a part of us that is seeking to be heard and that is seeking a direction for its energy, right? And so in astrology and in human design, we're always looking at both the shadow and the light of a cycle or planetary placement in your chart. If you're not familiar, I do want to show you this, what we call astrolocality maps. And so I'm just going to pull up one so you can kind of see what it's like. And when you look at a map, now there's many maps that I work with. There's a few different softwares, but we can look at anywhere on the planet and we can see where any of the planets in your chart are rising on the ascendant, or maybe they're on your descendant. This would be the area of partnership. Or we might have planets that are also, you might not see it here, but on the angle of career or the angle of the home. And like you'll see here, Mars on the angle of home. So when a planet is on one of these 4 angles, home, career, relationships, or the personality, the self, those are going to be really dynamic characters for you in that location. And it means that that part of your chart is going to be very highlighted. So let's say you're a teacher or you want to lead a retreat. We might want to have Jupiter in the area of career for you, bringing abundance or fortune or opportunities or inspiration, right? Or maybe you want to find love. And one of the planets of love, of course, is Venus. So we might want to find a location where Venus is very strong. It might also be these local space lines. That are these lines coming out in the direction of those planets when you were born. So like in this chart, you'd see, oh, through Idaho Falls, here's Venus. Probably some really important relationships there. So again, there's a deep science to this, and I'll be speaking about it in one of my episodes. But I just wanted to introduce you to that tonight. And then if you haven't ever familiarized yourself with human design, I wanted to show you that. If the chart will pull up here, too many windows. This is the human design body graph. And this is also determined by your birth date, time, and place. Time is less important in human design. But what's so powerful with design is that it's also based around the planets, but the planets are activating these 9 energy centers in you, which can be defined when they're colored in, or can be undefined when they're open. And this is showing you how you get influenced by your environment, the open centers, but also how you will give energy or present energy when you walk into a space, when you're showing up on a call, when you're in any relationships. Those are your definitions, and these are genetic definitions. So what human design reveals is your genetic patterns. It's your genetic, let's call it the particular kind of ingredients that you bring to the world that are your unique strengths and contributions. And so when you get into design, you learn an energy type, you learn a strategy for making decisions, you learn how to find your inner authority or inner truth for clarity. And so this can be applied to business. I do a lot of business coaching with it. It can be applied to your personal relationships or colleague relationships, and also to your spiritual growth and really feeling like you're fulfilling your purpose. So this is also going to be a topic we're going to go really deeply into on two of the episodes, actually. So design. We can look at this for our readings here. So I think I'll pause. I know I don't have too much more time, so we could pull up really quickly and do kind of a 3 minute 3 minute journey here. But let's pull up a couple charts. It could be astrology, location, or the human design that's right here.
Well, we're going to bring up Tiara as your first person. And by the way, thank you everybody for raising your hands. I will do my very best to make sure everybody who raised their hands gets a reading from someone. Of course, we're only going to have time probably for Tiara to work with Ver Deleuze, but we might have time for one more person after this. But I'll make sure all of you get a reading from someone tonight. And take it away, Tiara.
Hi, thank you. I'm really interested in the location,
Yeah.
where to live based on knowledge of charts.
Okay, Tia. So just real quick, I'm going to ask you, is it TIAR like
Yeah,
that?
with a D, like a tiara, but with a D.
Diara?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I don't see you I don't know where you
Oh, okay. Or
If you
There you are. Okay, okay, now I can spell it. Okay. Diara. Okay, cool. And then what's your birthday?
10/31/58,
Halloween, 58. Okay, and time?
7:04 a.m.
So time is really important for locational work, just so everyone knows. And then
New Haven, Connecticut.
New Haven, CT. Oop. And if you don't have the time, then we do something called chart rectification, and that's how we try to find that birth time for you. Cool. Okay, so we got this, and then we're gonna do this, so I can see the birth chart. Lots of Scorpio, and then we're gonna come back here, and then we're gonna just look at one map quickly. And was there a place you wanted to look at, Tiara?
I don't want to limit that.
Well, since we have limited time, maybe we choose a place you're kind of drawn to.
Well, I was telling someone I've got clients that want me to go to Colorado and open
Yeah.
up school for them.
Whereabouts in Colorado?
They don't know.
Okay, well, let's look at it for a moment because there's a lot going on here. One of the first things that's going to be pretty active in most of, the bigger cities, Denver, Boulder, Fort Collins, Colorado Springs, all the way down, is the North Node is rising. So what is the North Node? There's the North and the South Node. The North Node is known as the dragon's head, and it relates to our soul's destiny, what we're hungry for in terms of this incarnation. And these locations where the nodes are very prominent on the angles are really important for our evolution and our soul's growth. They're not easy lines, they're important lines, meaning you might have to work with some karma and move through some things, but you're also reclaiming gifts in your soul. Some of those gifts are going to come from some of the relationships that you have, and then they're going to help open up doors and possibilities and opportunities for you because the North Node is rising. So it's about your own self, your own personality kind of growing and increasing here. So I think that invitation sounds like pretty right on. If you're further south, then you start to tap into a little bit of that Saturn energy and that moon energy. Saturn in general will bring more responsibility, more accountability. Now, this is good if you're doing like work there. Sometimes Saturn lines can bring some hardship in terms of we have more pressure. We have more, that we have to take accountability for. And then you have the moon, which can bring in often a feeling of the domestic life or your emotions being more triggered there. There's usually more sensitivity. And these can be places we like to call home, moon lines. But in this mini reading, it's hard to go through all this, but I'll show what we talk about because we have to refer back to your birth chart to understand how you would work with this. For instance, your moon is in Gemini. So being on that moon line is going to open up possibilities for you to network, communicate, be a messenger, share ideas with people, right? Because your moon is in that sign of Gemini. And you can benefit from other people's resources because your moon is in the 8th house, which is about sharing resources with others, but also about sharing the esoteric and the occult and the psychological, right? And we would do the same thing with the planet Saturn. We would want to unpack what's going on with Saturn here. I'm not going to do that right now just so we have enough time, But we want to know the whole story of those planets, so you have a sense of, how best can I, invite the best version of that, the highest expression of that, right? And maybe know, oh, these are some possible challenges with it, but also these are the gifts that can come there. The other piece is when we do locational astrology, we always want to tune into the cycles. So this is the permanent energies, but we also have forecasting over locations. So maybe we can pause there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
How does that land for you, DR? Is there anything that resonates in a big way?
Yeah, I felt the excitement of the North Node. I believe my North Node is Leo, if I'm remembering correctly. And with my Gemini moon, loving to play and create music. And then of course, when you said the occult, with all my Scorpio, that just drew me
Oh
in.
yeah, definitely. So there you'd feel like you fit really strong because that moon in the eighth house is being triggered, and the eighth house is naturally connected with the sign of Scorpio. Well, I know we don't have much time. We just got started, but maybe I can play out like for 2 minutes a little guitar for everyone. Is
That would be
okay?
wonderful.
Okay. Okay. Can you hear it okay?
Blair, do you
Yes.
want to come back on stage?
Oh yeah, sorry. Okay. Is that good?
Perfect.
Okay. Happy new moon, everyone.
Well, don't go away because we're not quite done with you.
Oh, okay.
Happy
First of all,
birthday.
that was beautiful guitar, absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
And we have a tradition actually here at the Global Peace Tribe when it's somebody's birthday, because it's a powerful day, as you know, being an astrologer and as tuned in as you are. So we are going to invite you to share with our audience your vision for yourself for this next cycle around the sun. And as you share your vision for this new year, we're all going to hold that vision for you. We're going to tune into our inner Christ consciousness or Mary Magdalene or wherever our archetype might be, and bless you and bless your vision.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Whew. My vision is trust, faith increasing. My vision is to find homes, belonging, groundedness, rootedness, especially close to nature, closer, intimate friendships, invitations, and more creativity, more playing, more music, more dance, and facilitation, retreats, live events, and just a sense of ease and grace and flow and trust. So, thank you all.
Maximum grace for that to be true. And to get, because of course you only had a chance to do one, but to, if you're interested in learning more about how you can be supported by this wonderful man, his website is Destination by Design Consultancy.com. It's a tongue twister. Destination by Design Consultancy.com. And that's where you can contact him. And
Scott,
yes,
can I put a couple other links in the chat because I just released an app today, which is so fun. It's free actually. It's about traveling according to your rising sign. And
wow.
then I also have the other website. That site is about locational astrology, and then the other site I have is just all of the coaching with human design and all the other tools.
And is that celestial.com?
No, that's for music,
Okay.
and
You are a talented Renaissance man. There's a lot of websites going on
I
here.
know, I know, maybe too many, but I could put I can put the links in the chat if that's okay. And
Yes, please put the links into the chat. And since I did pull it up, I'll go ahead and take people to one of your many websites. And what is, of course, it's such a unique name. So I've got to ask you, what is the meaning of celestial?
Well, celestial is the celestial owl, and definitely from the stars and transmissions from the stars. The owl has been my totem for many, many years, many lifetimes. Owl is a symbol of Minerva, Athena, wisdom, and then Verdelus means to see and to give the light of truth.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, you clearly are doing that.
Mm.
Thank you so much. I think we've run out of time, so we're not going to be able to do the practice you talked about, the Qigong New Moon
Yeah,
exercise.
I'm sorry to everyone about
But
that,
but I would
we'll be
love for you
in
to come back and be on the show again. All right.
Awesome. Thanks to everyone. I'll be on for just a couple more minutes, but then I'm going to be having some birthday dinner with some friends. So I appreciate the blessings. I really do. Thank you so much.
Yes, happy birthday, Bear. We're so happy that you could join us for your birthday on this new moon. How auspicious. What a wonderful way to start off your solar return this year. And congratulations on the new app. I don't know if we wanted to open it and, for a second.
Sure.
Yeah, and
Here it
there's
is.
actually two new apps. One is about business guided by astrology. So if you're creating high ticket packages, I have an app about that. And then it's also an app that is about traveling with your rising sign. And yeah, so there's a lot of cool, fun things we can explore. And then this is
So the one that I've pulled up is Divine Timing Coaching.
Yeah, so this is all the services there. If people want to do a strategy session, that's often how I start with people, and then we determine if we're going to.
Astrology. So thank you very much and happy birthday, brother.
Happy
Thank you,
birthday,
guys.
Bear. And you
Yeah.
guys stay tuned because June 17th, Bear's new Soul Search TV show is starting. And so you guys can see how prolific there is. And his new show is called Soul Codes, Starseed Evolutionary Astrology, Human Design, and Astrolocality. So he's going to have 12 episodes, 6 episode themes. His themes include human design, follow your inner authority and genetic wisdom, find your power places, astrolocality live, starseed evolutionary astrology, astrology and human design, and relationship and family soul contracts and past life and soul integration. So he's really going to be diving into so many different topics throughout his show. So you guys stay tuned. Of course, we'll be announcing it again, but June 17th will be the launch, and he'll be presenting his teachings as well as doing live readings every other week starting June 17th. So that'll be on Soul Search TV. So tune in for that with the amazing Bear, and happy birthday.
Thank you. Have a great night, everyone. Take
Yeah.
care.
Have fun tonight.
Okay. Bye.
Great. And so, of course, I'm excited about our next guest, Reverend Dr. Judy Weaver, who I also met at New Living Expo. New Living Expo was just such a wonderful place for all of us to come together. So, Reverend Dr. Judy Weaver, she is incredible. She is a widely respected international spiritual trance channel, medium, and doctor of metaphysics and healing, whose career has flourished since the early 1990s. With expertise in spirituality, healing, and shamanic practices, she is the founder of Heart for Souls Incorporated, where she provides transformative spiritual services tailored to each individual, channeling divine wisdom and healing energies to support people through life transitions. Her compassionate approach has fostered a vibrant community of seekers known as Heartbeat. She is also the author of Guided by Your Light and Truth Beyond, and leads sacred journeys around the world, facilitating light worker activations and deep spiritual growth. And she also has an incredible new Soul Search TV show launching, the Crystalline Channel, where you can embark on a transformative journey, connect with your crystalline light grid bodies to unlock greater awareness, access profound insight, and deepen your soul's integration. So we're really excited to welcome Reverend Dr. Judy Weaver to the show, to the Soul Search family. Thank you so much for being here tonight.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here as well. Oh my gosh. This is such an incredible audience. There's just so many wonderful things that are happening right now. Oh my gosh. And the amount of energy that is really pulling people together, bringing all of our soul families together so that we're really able to see each other and understand. I think that's one of the things that I'm finding so fascinating is that as I'm going to all these other events, and let me tell you, I'm going everywhere right now. Oh my gosh. This year I've got 8 countries and I don't even know where I'm going, but all over creation. But I'm meeting the people. I'm meeting the people that I've been working with for many lifetimes, as well as this one. And they're all coming in this beautiful new physical form. And it's so wonderful to say, ooh, that's what you look like now. Because we recognize the energy, we feel their hearts, we see them, and we're able to know what the truth is about them. And now we're really finding them. And as soon as we're finding them, and I have to tell you, I met Debbie Solaris on the cruise when we were over there in Greece and Turkey. And what a fabulous trip that was. And again, as soon as we're meeting each other, it's like, oh, I know you. I've always known you. Oh, there you are. And it's beautiful to spend that time with people. So anyway, one of the things that I love about the travel is that we get a chance to really connect with the lands and to remember aspects of ourselves. We've all locked all kinds of wisdom and information, crystalline resonances within our souls, within our memories, within our trainings and our teachings have all come into play, and we've left them all around the world, and they're just waiting for us to go in to retrieve it. And that's why I love leading these different retreats or going on these different journeys and connecting with people, because once we get a chance to see each other in these locations, we are capturing We are remembering, we are awakening, we are aligning, we are activating, and we are then able to utilize a whole different level of power and intrigue and inspiration that's going to guide our lives so that we're a better us for everybody else that we come into contact with. I know I'm going to go into the trance work, but should I just go there? Should I just make it happen?
Up to you, up
Absolutely,
to you.
go
But
for it.
you can, but I just wanted to ask so everyone knows, what are your upcoming sacred travel retreats that you are taking people on? You had mentioned there's 8 countries, so tell us a little bit about where you're taking people this year.
Okay, so the next trip that I'm going to is in August. So I'm with the Portal to Ascension Glastonbury, and I'll be presenting. And directly after that, I'm working with Zoe Davenport, and we are doing 7 days across England, Ireland, and Scotland. And we are actually even going to stay at these, I don't know, really nice teepees on Merlin's by his cave. And so we're going to be tapping into that. We'll be going to all the different large stones and just feeling into the energies and doing a lot of grid work as well. So I still have 2 slots open for that one. Then in October, I'm going to be going to Peru. I love Peru. Oh my gosh, going to the Sacred Valley. And this is an ancient temples tour. And so I'm able to, we're going and working with this incredible little community village, Chiriatiti. And we're doing a community service project with them. And so they're going to let us go into their actual temple that they use now, dating back to the 1600s. Nobody goes in it. And they're going to allow us to go in. And we're doing ceremonies, and we're really tapping into the grounds and the land. January, we'll be going to Sedona. I've got 2 different retreats. May of 27, I'll be going back to Peru, but we're going into the jungle. And then I'm going to be doing Egypt and Nepal in 27. So crazy, wild, wonderful trips. So let me know if you want to come play with me too.
Amazing, amazing. So this is fantastic. And I know you're an incredible crystalline channel, that you're bringing this forth to us at Soul Search as well. And so we'd love to experience channeling for the group tonight.
All right, awesome. So again, I just drop right in and I allow for whomever to come in. Everybody has a gatekeeper, and the gatekeeper really helps to monitor the different energies that come in and out. I'm a little bit different in that I do keep my eyes open most of the time while I'm channeling, because that is another way of really being able to connect with the energies. And oftentimes I end up doing a little light language song. I know I'm kind of on my portable computer, so I hope it's working well for everybody, but I'm really excited that you're here. So just here we go. Archangel Gabriel here. I thought it would be appropriate if I started as the angel of communication. And are we not all here to listen and to learn, to tap into, to have a greater understanding and a greater interpretation of the messages of all that is transpiring amongst and around within your lives? There are great changes that are taking place, as well as challenges that each of you are facing. You are growing, you are morphing, you are transitioning. And therefore, you need the energy that comes within what you would call the irritations that allow you to understand there must be a change that's going to come into play, that's going to allow and inspire you to make that change. You are also recognizing that within the living essence of your physical bodies, you are constantly morphing and changing. There is nothing that can stay the same, because you are a living organism. You are easily influenced by the external environmental resonances, as well as the individuals that are alongside of you. And however they are feeling and or responding or reacting to the external that is around you as well. You may find yourself truly expanding into greater awarenesses of your own sensitivities. Think about the incredible solar flares that are filled with such intensity of soul code wisdom for you to awaken, to inspire, for you to elevate into that higher resonances of peace and practice, of purpose, as you become so alive within each and every present moment and choose to open the gift that it is. You are beautiful beings of light. And it is time for you to release what no longer serves you. And I also want to remind you that all of the angels are here for you and alongside of you. You just have to ask for us to come into and to support and to visit you. And you can never wear us out either. That is something that some of you get so caught up with. Oh, it's me again. It's me again. It's me again. Every time that you call upon the angels, you grow us, you expand us, and then we are more there for each of you upon and alongside this endeavor of this lifetime that you're choosing to share that love from the heart of you. Your wisdom, your teachings, your experiences. Yes, you are each incredible, brilliant teachers to the angelic realm as well. I want you to know that fully and totally. Now, I have many others who are waiting to come in, and I want to bring in a couple of the primary angels. The reason why is because you will recognize the vibration. You may see the different energies that are coming in around, and or you may feel that toning, that frequency of, I know you, I am you. I hold that frequency in me because I work with you too. And that is what is so important for each of you to know. You never walk alone. You are held in the arms and you are completely surrounded by, for the betterment of you to grow into. But it must come from you choosing and asking for that too. So many blessings. I have Archangel Michael waiting and then Metatron right behind. So we have a busy schedule. One moment, please. Archangel Michael here. Good day to all of you. Is it not a brilliant time of reflection and introspection, of choice and decision? The choice is yours to decide to step into the power that is already within you. Yes, that choice is up to you. I am often known as a protector or a guardian angel, and that is very true, and you may call upon me at any time, and I will be there for service to you and alongside of you. If you are looking for strength, call on me too. I wield a sword of light. A sword of light, that is right. No falsehoods can be bestowed upon. And I share this sword with each of you to have access to so that you too can know what the truth of any situation is by asking. And it is brought into the full awareness for you to know and to have access to. This is a time of great change and turmoil of all of which you are feeling and experiencing. It is not a time to go into hide into fear, but to stand alongside of the fear and say, how can I become better and stronger within myself through having a greater awareness of what else may be taking place alongside of me? That is right. You are utilizing the intensity of the conditions for you to have and to know aspects of a greater potentiality and a growth for you to stand alongside of. Now, again, I work with many of you as light workers, and I can assure you that you have not had an easy life, because those who work with me must be well trained. And therefore, you have started your training young. And in order to be proficient, that's right. In order to be proficient, that means that you have practiced and you have conquered and you have now earned the esteemed honor of working alongside of me. And we are making the changes. We are creating the new pathways, and you are being called into that space and time. And this time is ours too. So go forth. Yes, and be the trailblazers that we already see. Yes, I can see that too. That is right. Many blessings to each of you. Angel Metatron here. Good day to each of you. I have chosen to come in because you are working with so many light energies, not just of the individuals, but you are creating new lines up. You are creating new practices. You are engaging within the grids for greatness. That is allowing for each individual to tap into, to follow these lines for a greater empowerment, for you to bring into your life at this time. You are working within those same lines and grid lines to connect with other lifetimes, are you not? The veil is thin and it is easy for each of you to tap into. You may follow the light lines of this transmission exactly at this moment in time. How many of you are choosing to do that? That is a challenge that I offer each of you. There is not one incident of interaction that you should not be practicing, because each of you has the capacity and the capability to, if you so choose and desire to. Stop your limiting yourself. There is nothing you cannot embrace as you open your heart to the sacredness of this time and space, to be in partnership with. It is not a betterment of, it is one of. Because all of that is within the same crystalline resonance that is within each of you, and waiting for you to recognize it too. Now I have the Galactic Council of Light. They would like to come in and speak again. It is a new moon. It is a great change of energy. And they too want to go ahead and offer you a bit of wisdom for this specific moon time. Many blessings, dear ones. Many blessings to all of you. Galactic Council of Light. Good day. We are a council of 12, and there is not one voice that is larger than the other. We are comprised of many different solar systems, species, or beings, whatever you want to call us. But do you not feel the resonance of continuity, of oneness, of love and purity? That is exactly what you, as humanity, are moving into. You are learning how to work in cooperation with one another. You are learning how to connect your hearts and your minds into that same synchronicity. You are understanding the capacity and the capability that each of you have as you are tapping into your own starseed ancestry. New moons are a brilliant time for you to place that thought out into what it is that you desire to bring into your life. And yes, you all are a cosmic melting pot of brilliance. The star seed resonance that resides within each and every one of you is unlimited. You are remembering now. You are bringing it back into a power place of creativity and inspiration, that you are anchoring that energy into a life force resonance for many to have access to, who didn't recognize it or understand it before they had the interaction with you. That's right. You are the light beams. You are the way showers. You are the creators, because you are the curious ones who are out there blazing that trail for others to see, but mostly for you to become. It is not about saving the world. It is about growing your soul into the highest essence and resonance that you can of self for you. And as you do, then you naturally emit a higher vibration for everyone else to have access to, because you become that. And being in that resonance emulates out for all to be able to feed from and to find their own solutions and to see new pathways that are all coming into for each of you and all of those that are around you too. There is great, how shall we say, disclosure, I believe is your term that you are using, correct? Disclosure. It is all about each of you just opening your heart to understand. It is nothing new. It is each of you moving into new vibrations of awareness, of accessibility, technology that is able to capture and to have photo proof, that's what you would say, of these new indifferences. But it is just within a different vibration and a frequency. The one before you recently was at an event, and there the photo was taken of a group of them who were channels, and she had no feet. Everyone else had feet, but she had no feet. She knew she was flying high. I know that is a funny, but what it really was that the being that was connected to her, those different energy forces and fields around her, the camera captured. And it made it the same iridescence that you see through. So you could see the floor beneath her, but not her body and not her feet. Because that's what you are. You are working with all of these different realms and consciousness. You are opening your hearts to these teachings and empowering the soul of you to be able to tap into and to connect with, to hear, to understand, to interpret, and to receive the upgrades that each of you are. Many of you are receiving your own crystals being inserted into your physical bodies, so therefore you have a greater accessibility to your healing capacity, and also for the work that you are doing with those others that you choose to. This is a divine resonance and essence, and you are the divine presence that the world is waiting for. We are so excited to be starting this gathering soon and be available for more of you to find and to seek and to see. But mostly for you to understand and embrace the power of you, that you are divinely guided to, that is awaiting for you to see and to find it too. So many blessings to each and every one of you. Many blessings. It has been our esteemed honor this day. Anseretero kotuta, yande sarite gutu, chance de querer fosarite puansita takisa lorotu. Pew, pew, pew. Bringing myself back. One moment, please. Pew, pew, pew. Pew. Ooh. Hello, my friend.
Hello, welcome back. That was amazing. That
Oh,
was
the
amazing,
hearts are
Reverend
coming.
Dr.
Thank you,
Judy
my
Weaver. Definitely, definitely. DR had commented, we are the cosmic melting pot here on Earth. And Susan saying, another inspirational message. I'm loving this. And just, yeah, DR had said trailblazers and beautiful song as well. So thank you for bringing in these incredible energies of Archangel Metatron and Michael and Gabriel and the Galactics. Really profound messages for the new moon for our
We've
whole.
had a lot of channels on the show. I've never had someone channel so many beings so quickly. It was like an all-star show in one person channeling. That was
Thank
unique.
you. I've been
Very unique.
channeling a long time. I've been transing since 2013, and I have had many different physical crystals put into my body to be able to make the changes necessary. And so, yeah, I'm pretty excited. And again, it comes down to going to those lands. When you go to the lands, when they call you, you answer. And guess what? You get the prize.
That's
Yeah.
fantastic. Well, I want to take people to your website, and it's easy to remember because it's her name. And here we go. It is Judy, spelled Judi Weaver, WEAVER.com. And definitely this is a good place to put your email address. And that way you provide a weekly newsletter with what the guides
Yep.
have to say.
And you can click right off of that and get rid of that thing. So just click
Okay.
anywhere off the screen and it'll go away. Okay,
There we
perfect.
go. There
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
are.
Yeah.
So
And I
this is
have
where
a
we can
whole,
learn about all the different travels, Europe,
yep.
Peru, Sedona, all the different events that you're doing, your offerings. And do you do private readings for people?
I do private readings and I also have a wonderful heartbeat tribe. And so that is, I have all kinds of different classes. I've been teaching classes for many, many years. And so I've really pulling them all into a self-study, and people can actually take a little quiz so they can go to under the offerings and say, gee, well, I'm just awakening, or I'm just this and that. And then they can hit the button and it will tell you which classes are really good for you. I do live channelings on a monthly basis. I do light language. I do meditation.
Wow.
It's a place where people can really come together and have that community. It's just like this, but it's like it's our own little space. And then my travelers, they go with me on a regular basis. I've got some who really keep going. So we've got our little groups in there too. So it's a heart space. It's the heartbeat of Heart for Souls. And I'm just excited to be there. And I'm just so grateful.
Oh,
Amazing.
beautiful, Judy. Well, you have wonderful, wonderful energy, and thank you so much
And
for blessing us with your presence. And my gosh, some really fun travels. I love Glastonbury, and you'll be there with many of our friends. Of course, we're very, very close to Neil and Portal to Ascension. So that's going to be a really wonderful trip.
And Scott,
Excellent.
I'm really excited because Reverend Dr. Judy has a new Soul Search TV show starting, the Crystalline Channel. And Judy, do you want to share a little bit with everyone about the show? I know we haven't decided on the launch date. It'll be coming up soon in a few weeks, I hope. But if you want to tell people when it'll be airing and what they can expect from the show, that'll be amazing.
It's going to be airing every other week, okay? So because I have a lot of trips, guys. Okay. So
I think you said Tuesdays at 4 or when?
Tuesday. Tuesdays is my plan. Yeah. Tuesdays is the timeline. And so again, this is going to be an opportunity we will always have a group channeling. And so they always have something to say specific to whatever, but it's really cool for everybody to go ahead and to come with your questions because we want to know, and you want to know different things. And so come with your questions. We're going to ask whoever feels like it's the most appropriate will go ahead and pop right in. I really haven't found a limit to who I can trance now, but I choose not to trance channel people who have passed. I do my mediumship work with that is what I do. But yes, I have private sessions that are available for people, all kinds of mentorship programs. I do a lot of business development and helping, folks along the way. But I'm so excited about this series because it's really coming to life. And I'm just helping you to be able to find your way too. That's all.
It's going to be a lot of fun. So you guys tune in, stay tuned. It will be Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Pacific. Stay tuned for the launch date. And Reverend Dr. Judy Weaver every other week will be with us. She'll be doing live channeling, bringing through these incredible energies and frequencies and transmissions that we all felt here tonight. And you'll have the opportunity to get a live mini reading with Dr. Judy as well. So definitely stay tuned for that show. Dana is asking, how do we access that show? That show will be on Soul Search TV. So you'll be able to just watch it on soulsearch.tv. But if you'd like to get a live reading, we will be selling tickets in advance. So we do have a ticketing link where I'll drop the link in for all of our live reading shows. We haven't put in Judy's one yet because we're still finalizing the launch date and time. But the way that our live reading shows work is that you can watch any of them on Soul Search TV live. So you can tune in, feel the energies, join the group, get the transmissions. But then if you would like your own live reading, you just buy a ticket in advance. Those are usually very limited, and so they do get sold out. But we always encourage everyone, even if you can't get the live reading this time, get on the wait list for next time and still tune in and watch the show. Because if you are watching, there's a message for you, there's a transmission for you, there's a reason why you're there. And again, it's just another opportunity for us to bring soul family together, right, Reverend Dr. Judy?
Yes, thank you so much. And again, I'm so excited and looking forward to this. And I am going to go ahead and let you know I'm on the Eastern Standard Time and I'm actually working this weekend at an event. So I'm not going to stay on late because I need to be fresh as a daisy for all the folks waiting for me in the morning.
Exactly. Well, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining us
you.
tonight. I know it's late for you on the East Coast, so have a beautiful event the rest of the weekend, and we'll see you again soon. Lots of
Thank
love.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And when we're hearing a lot about Soul Search TV, if you go to soulsearch.io and then just click Soul Search TV, that'll take you to it. Or you can go straight to soulsearch.tv, and that's where you can learn all of the different shows. And of course, so many of these are people that we've had on the show that we've met and really enjoyed. Darren and Adelita, and of course, Angela. So soulsearch.tv is where you can find out all of this. And speaking of soulsearch.tv, I'm going to actually show a video about mantra numerology. Is there anything you want to say in advance of my showing this?
No, take a look. That's one of our live reading shows coming up on Monday night.
Do you ever feel overwhelmed? Like you're working hard but not getting the results you expected? Or searching for deeper meaning and clarity? What if the answers were already written in your birth date? Welcome to Decode Your Destiny with Mantra Numerology. Numerology is the science of numbers, revealing the hidden patterns shaping your life, your karma, and your path forward. Using a unique method, Manet uncovers your destiny program, your strengths, challenges, and the cycles you're here to break. She reveals how your past experiences and karmic patterns may still be shaping your present and how to move forward with clarity and purpose. Join us live on Soul Search TV, Watch real-time readings or receive one yourself, because your numbers already hold the code to your life.
Thanks, Scott, for showing that. And so that's every other Monday. So this Monday at 7:15 p.m. If you guys are interested in getting a numerology reading with Monet, and she's amazing. She does live destiny readings and karma readings. You just have to send us your birthday in advance. I dropped the link in the chat. You can go to that link to purchase a ticket to get your live reading Monday at 7:15 p.m. Otherwise, you can, of course, just tune in and watch. Anyone can watch for free. Again, you learn so much, and there's always a message for you and a transmission for you. So Monday night, we'll be having actually live psychic readings with Bob at 6 p.m. And then we have live numerology readings with Monet. So it's an amazing opportunity. And yeah, this is the live reading lineup. We have Bob, psychic readings, tarot, mediumship, 6 to 7 on Mondays. Mantra numerology, decode your destiny with Monet at 7:15 p.m. And then we have Light Mirror Reflections by Ragini, intuitive guidance. And then, of course, Greg's new show coming up. It'll be launching June 4th, Psychic Tarot and Mediumship. And actually, this Wednesday night, Donna Hartley, once a month, does 3 past life readings per show. And she had her teaching show dropped this Wednesday, Why Are You So Unworthy, which you can tune in and watch on Soul Search TV. And you can, if you'd like to get a past life reading, there are 3 spots available. They will, of course, sell out. Donna is an incredible past life reader. She's with us in Concord this weekend, and it's amazing what you can find out about your lifetimes, ranging from Lemuria to ancient Egypt to the Civil War period. So if you'd like to tune in on a pattern that keeps recurring and find out what past life it's related to, tune in with Donna this Wednesday night. So I dropped the links in the chat of how you can buy tickets for each show. And of course, you can watch episode 2 of Why Do I Feel Unworthy with Donna Hartley this Wednesday.
And speaking of Donna, here's a little video to tell you a little bit more about her.
What if your biggest challenges didn't start in this lifetime? Join internationally renowned past life reader Donna Hartley for a powerful Soul Search TV experience. Discover how your past lives are shaping your current relationships, fears, talents, and life path. During this live event, Donna will read selected participants and uncover the root patterns your soul is ready to heal. When you understand your past, you transform your present. Purchase your ticket and submit your information in advance to be read live. Join us on Soul Search TV. Your soul remembers. Are you ready to?
Thanks, Scott. And so amazing. We have amazing opportunities coming up this week with Bob, Monet, and Donna. So I put the links in the chat. If any of you guys would love to get one of those live readings with our numerologist, our past life reader, as well as Ragini and Bob, we have lots of opportunities this week on Soul Search TV. So looking forward to joining you guys this week.
Great. And we are now in our mid-show time, and we're going to go to Omashar for our mid-show Omashar song. And then we'll be coming back, and we've got Debbie Solaris and Greg Stanley. So stay tuned. Here is our beloved Omashar.
Yes, indeed. Holy smoke, Tangela, why are you feeling unworthy? It's funny when you hear things sometimes and they ping on your heart. And sometimes in the middle of my worthiness, I feel unworthy. So I think I should watch that podcast, that show. Anyway, and surprise, surprise, here's a song that addresses that. All right. And we're off. Just when you think that all is lost and the curtain looks to fall, perhaps it's just the song of hope that calls, and your trust in life is exposed. No need to sit around and mope. Where there is love, there's always hope. Trust in your life and you will see that you reflect as me. Another day is here for you to live, and I'll walk it through with you. There is no doubt your heart is pure and true, so I came to remind you. No need to sit around and mope. Where there is love, there's always hope. Trust in your life and you will see that you reflect as me. I am in all that you will see. Have trust in your life and trust in me. Dust yourself down and I'll lift you up. I will fill your loving cup. Just when you thought that all was lost, I came to remind you. No need to sit around and mope. Where there is love, there's always hope. Trust in your life and you will see that you reflect as me.
Thank you, Omashar. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. It's always fun. It comes out different every time.
It does. I noticed that. All right, Tangela, I'm excited. Debbie Solaris is someone I always enjoy hearing from. So
Yes.
go ahead and introduce her.
We're so excited, of course, to be having Debbie Solaris join the show. I had the pleasure of doing an amazing interview with Debbie at New Living Expo. So if you guys have not checked it out, you can still go watch it on the Soul Search Instagram and, of course, Debbie's Instagram. And, we chatted about inner earth beings. And I know you were also speaking about Lemuria there. But
Yeah.
Debbie Solaris, she is known as the Galactic Wikipedia. Debbie's an amazing galactic historian, Akashic Records channeler, and starseed intuitive. Following an extraterrestrial contact experience, she awakened to her star lineage and calling. She has been receiving galactic historical information and universal spiritual knowledge through the Akashic Records since then. Debbie's mission is to help others awaken to their divine selves and cosmic origins. She offers visually appealing classes, webinars, and presentations on extraterrestrial life, galactic history, and starseed enrichment, incorporating her unique perspective, and has conducted thousands of Akashic Records readings for clients worldwide, and she's been featured on the Beyond Belief show with George Noory, Open Minds with Regina Meredith on Gaia TV, and on many other media platforms. And so, Debbie, we're so excited to welcome you tonight to the show. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. And this is my second time with the Awakening World Show. So I just feel honored to be back. And thank you so much. So just to kind of fill in a little bit on what's going on with me, I am going to be starting to offer more like in-person retreats. This is something I'm starting to do in conjunction with Gaia TV. So we are just working out the details for a Greek a Greek yacht tour of the Greek islands in October, and it'll be co-hosted with me and Sarah Brexman Cosme. So if you guys are feeling a connection to Greece or the Mediterranean, that might be one that you might want to be a part of. And we're going to start offering that one. I think it would be mid-October. And if you are a Gaia member, you do get a little bit of a discount from the cost of the cruise, and it's a private yacht. So, we're hitting some of the Greek islands. I think the ones we've been talking about is Santorini, Mykonos, Delos, Ikaria, and possibly even Ephesus in Turkey. So if that's your jam, hope you can join us. I'm probably going to be doing an Egypt tour with Gaia again, with possibly with Robert Grant. He's pretty amazing. And that'll also be another Gaia sponsored event in Egypt, and that'll be a Nile cruise in December. So I'm starting to do more of these types of events. And we do have some things planned for other things planned. I am going to be part of a conference in Mount Shasta in July. And then next year, I'm actually in conjunction with Divine Travels. We're going to be doing a 10-day tour of the Etruscan lands in central Italy. This will be in April of 2027. So if you're interested in Akashic readings, we are currently teaching the Advanced Akashic Clearing and Healing course. That's available only to people that have taken my initial course, and we're wrapping that up at the end of this week. And then we are offering the Galactic Akashic course again in August through October. So it's very in depth. We get deep into galactic Akashic records. So if you go on my website, hopefully Tangini will share that on the chat. You can check it out if you want to learn to do what I do. But anyway, I do want to hop into my presentation. So let me see if I can share my screen here, just so you guys can see the image. See if I can do this. Okay. So I don't know, you probably see the whole thing in the end here, but at least you can see the image. So I wanted to talk today about galactic archetypes, and I know I'm limited in time. Tanji, what time can I go to? Is it
How about like till say 7:45?
7:45. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so that's not going to give me like a whole lot of time. So I'm just going to do like a brief overview of galactic archetypes and why this is so important. And let me just bring up some of my notes. So for those of you who aren't really familiar with my work, I am a galactic historian, and I work, I would say, predominantly with the Galactic Akashic records. And so, after doing thousands of readings for the last 14 years, I've started to see some patterns um, of of missions that my clients might really be aligned with. And so I came up with this concept of galactic archetypes, and we're going to look at obviously you got the images there of some of the ones we're going to be talking about. So you've probably heard about archetypes before. So archetypes are universal patterns of consciousness that definitely show up through mythology, psychology, and also spiritual traditions. They represent recurring roles such as the teacher, healer, the warrior, and the explorer. I think a lot of this really aligns with what Vera Luz was talking earlier about human design. A lot of that is also based on human archetypes. So this is more of the galactic level archetypes. So this is when we start expanding this concept beyond this planet. So we also have galactic archetypes that are aligned with advanced galactic civilizations that have interacted with humanity throughout history. And so this is the concept I wanted to bring to you today. So galactic archetype is essentially a soul pattern or a role that many star seeds carry into their incarnation on Earth. And a lot of times we see them pretty much sticking with the same one or two archetypes. So even if they've had different incarnations, you will find that a person that has a healer archetype is usually going to be taking on a healer mission. Somebody that might be a way shower will take on a different sort of soul mission. So these are usually linked to specific star civilizations. And so over many lifetimes, these souls will develop certain strengths or gifts and tendencies that will reflect the environment that they evolved within. So when these souls incarnate on Earth, these archetypal qualities often show up as natural talents, personality traits, life missions, or recurring themes in somebody's life. And like I mentioned, some people are really drawn to healing. Some people want to challenge outdated systems. So these are more the system busters or people that are truth tellers, so we got that as well. And so these can also reflect deeper galactic archetypal energies. So, so a lot of times when I do Akashic readings, one of the most prevalent questions I get from my clients, and I still do readings. I don't do them as often as I did in the past, but because my schedule's gotten very busy. But I still do regular readings. I do them every month and every week. So the prevalent question I get is, what is my soul mission? What did I come here to Earth to do? I get that. That's probably like the number one question I get after what's my star origins? So we get that quite a bit. And there might be a couple of people here, on this call today that have been prior clients of mine. Maybe they've gone through this process with me, but a lot of times it's, we as star seeds feel this call to have a mission. And I do want to go into some examples. I don't know if I'll have a lot of time to go through all the examples you see on the image, but we will try to cover as many as we can. So galactic archetypes can help explain why certain people might gravitate towards particular roles. We mentioned healers, but there might be teachers. There might be innovators. These are people that build new technologies, peace builders, planetary grid workers. I have quite a few clients that are planetary grid people. They come here predominantly to work with the environment. So these archetypes are not rigid labels, and actually quite a few star seeds will carry more than one archetype. So you're not necessarily just stuck in one box, so you might, flip between being an energy healer and a planetary grid worker, or a truth teller and a system buster. That's very common. So let's get into some of these examples. Vera Luz was talking about the new moon in Taurus and how that's aligned with a lot of Pleiadian energies. So obviously one of the first archetypes I'm going to be discussing is the Pleiadian heart activator. So Pleiadian star seeds are often associated with the archetype of the heart activator. And you don't necessarily have to be a Pleiadian starseed to fall as into this archetype. but that's the most common star system. So it might be the Hyadian or Aldebaran or maybe even Apollonia or Beta Centauri's. They tend to fall into this category as well. But I would say Pleiadian is the most common star system associated with this archetype. So these individuals tend to radiate compassion and emotional intelligence. They often help humanity open the heart and move towards unity consciousness. So you see them frequently working as healers. So usually in the wellness realm is what I see, not so much, or psycho-spiritual healing. They're usually counselors. A lot of Pleiadians are drawn towards psycho-spiritual work, artists, particularly music, but also lots of different types of art and community builders. So their gift is to help others reconnect with love and empathy. Then we got the archetype that I think a lot of people really admire. That's the Arcturian frequency architect. So Arcturian souls often carry the archetype of the frequency architect. And the person I think most embodies this archetype is my friend Arcturus Ra. He's amazing. He does amazing technology and he's always coming up with new innovations. So, if that sounds like something you might want to check out, you might want to check him out. But Arcturians are known to be the masters of energy, frequency, and higher dimensional technologies. So on Earth, this archetype often appears as people who are drawn to energy healing, consciousness research, spiritual technologies, and multidimensional teachings. So these individuals will often help humanity learn how to work with energy in more advanced ways. And then we got the Lyran Path Breaker. So a lot of people love the Irma. They love the lion beings. They love the whole mythology about, these feline beings that are co-creator beings. And so a lot of people identify as the Lyran Pathbreaker. So the Lyran archetype is the pathbreaker or the pioneer because these were the individuals who survived the Lyran Wars and they traveled all throughout the galaxy to create new worlds in other systems. So this was after the fall of Lyra. So these Lyran star seeds tend to be courageous and who challenge old systems and open new pathways for humanity. And I would say Vegan star seeds also fall in this category as well. So it doesn't necessarily just have to be the white Lyrans. It could also be the blue Vega people. So with this category, you often see them as innovators, truth speakers, leaders, and social disruptors. So their role is to push evolution forward. So that's why you see Lyran influence in Atlantis, you see Lyran influence in Egypt, you see them in Avalon with the King Arthurian, Glastonbury, areas that Dr. Judy was talking about earlier. So that has a lot of Lyran influence there as well. And then a lot of my Syrian healers and teachers fall into the Syrian wisdom keeper. So Syrian star seeds often embody the wisdom keeper archetype. They've been known to associate with ancient mystery school traditions uh, and spiritual knowledge. You see a lot of people with this archetype that really connect with the angelic realm or with the ascended masters. So these are the people that are often drawn to sacred teachings, ancient civilizations, spiritual traditions, esoteric knowledge, and they help preserve and transmit higher wisdom. And then the last category I'm going to cover today is the Andromedan Liberator. I get a lot of my younger star seeds in particular really aligned with Andromeda. We're getting more and more Andromedan star seeds coming in. with the Gen Z and the Gen Alpha generation, because these are the system builders. And they tend to have a very strong drive towards freedom and sovereignty. So they're often deeply sensitive to control systems and justice. And this would apply not just to Andromeda constellation, but also to Andromeda galaxy and to the surrounding star systems in the Andromeda constellation realm. So that would also fall. You would see Pegasus, Cassiopeia, and the surrounding Perseus. Those star systems that are all in that quadrant of the galaxy. These are folks that usually fall into this category. So you would often see them doing humanitarian work, activism, awakening masses, expanding human consciousness. So their mission is often connected to helping humanity reclaim sovereignty. So, why are these archetypes activating now? Right now, we're living through this period, as a lot of you know, through rapid planetary change. And so many of us are awakening to deeper aspects of our identity and soul history. So for star seeds, this could sometimes feel like, remembering who you truly are. So as consciousness expands on Earth, these archetypal energies are actually becoming more active. And people are beginning to step into their natural gifts and missions. And so they're starting to align with a lot of these archetypes. They're embracing them, they're integrating them into their present incarnation, their present life, their present lifestyles, and doing great things with this new knowledge that they're incorporating. So just for some food for thought before I turn it back over to Tanjili, before we move forward, I just want you to reflect upon something, so you might want to ask yourself which archetypes that I mentioned, and even some of the ones that are on the screen that I didn't have time to go over, resonate with you the most. Do you feel like you carry more than one archetype? Many of us do. So, it's not like, you're in one box. Usually you might have two or three. And how might these archetypal energies be showing up in your life right now? So, if you guys want to share in the chat, or if you want me, I don't know if I'll have time to do a reading or two. We'll see how it flows, but
Well, Debbie,
we can
I've
talk
got,
about.
yeah,
I'm
I've
sorry.
got some questions for you, actually. This is really fascinating, and I'm fine with us taking some more time to do this.
Okay,
Um,
yeah, I was trying to be respectful of time, but
yeah, no, it's fascinating. And so
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
curious, um, how how do you imagine that these archetypes show up? Do they actually incarnate as certain famous human beings in our history, or do they just show up kind of more as astral or cosmic guides? What are some specific examples that you could give of how maybe one or two of these have shown up on our planet?
I would say famous people can also show up in as some of these archetypes. And the person I'm thinking of the most right now is Keanu Reeves. He's like an everyman. I love Keanu. I love his energy. I think he's amazing. He's so anti-Hollywood while still being in Hollywood, and he's very humanitarian. So his archetype, he would definitely fall under the Andromedan liberator archetype. He is an Andromedan. He's actually Lyran Andromedan starseed. I did a reading for him on my YouTube channel. And then the other person I'm thinking of is Orion Warrior. We didn't talk about that one, but the person that I would classify as Orion Warrior would be Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee. He's actually an Orion starseed. He came to expand consciousness, but through martial arts, which it was kind of a new concept, like back in the 70s, like when he was, doing all those movies. And he's another one I really used to admire a lot, especially as a younger, child watching the movies, but I think he was here to embody power through spirituality. To have that level of discipline that he had was really, really amazing, especially for that time period. It was like he was way ahead of his time. So he would fall under the Orion Warrior strength and protection. So he popularized the whole concept of martial arts back in the 70s before he passed away. So those are two examples of, I would say, famous people, but I would say all of us will fall into one of these or a couple of these. So you don't necessarily have to be a famous person to have a galactic archetype. We all have galactic archetypes. Like maybe some of us are truth tellers, so we might fall under uh, you know, the uh, the path breaker. The path breaker is more the truth teller. These are the people that are here to bust systems. And then we got the grid keepers are the people like Dr. Judy that are traveling to place, activating different parts of the world. So I would call her a grid keeper for sure. Maybe even Vera Luz might fall into that category because he works with astrocartography, which is also working with planetary grids. So there's many fun ways that you can apply these to your life. And I just want to thank all of you for allowing me to share this little bit of info. I hope to expand this more in a future training. So thank you for that.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
it's
Debbie.
really,
This is amazing. I had a question because Vera de Luz, he also said that the Palladian energies are very activated right
I
now.
know, yeah, I thought
And
that was really
yeah,
interesting.
what are your
And
thoughts about that?
yeah, you know what? Uranus just moved out of the sign of Taurus. Hallelujah. Because I'm a sun sign Leo, but I have Taurus moon and rising. So I'm just like, oh my gosh, what a relief, because the last 7 years have not been super easy. I mean, they've been great, but it's been, kind of a lot of hard lessons learned. And so it makes sense that right now with the new moon in Taurus that we are looking into integrating more of the Pleiadian energies. And we are kind of in a very, very strong transition period in 2026 and 2027. I know some channelers such as Bashar are saying that 2027 is going to be the year where we have actual contact, where we are going to be where extraterrestrial beings are coming to Earth and we all know about it. There's not going to be any doubt, no hiding, no government cover-ups, any of that. So it would make sense that the Pleiadian energies are going to be especially strong in the coming months. And this is where we're going to start really stepping into integrating spirituality with technology. So we kind of followed this technology path, which I think had to happen because without the technology, we don't have access to the information that we need. So unlike a lot of people, I'm not an enemy of AI. I think AI is a tool. It has its place. Obviously we want to use it like everything else responsibly, but yeah, I do think we're going to see more of this Pleiadian energy coming in, which I'm all on board with. I mean, I think it's much needed, and uh, we're going to see more of the integration of the divine feminine, which is also going to be, I think, a very big theme in the second part of 2026 and 2027.
just today I scheduled Marguerite Rigoglioso is going
Yeah.
to be on the show doing an entire evening dedicated to understanding our connection to the Pleiades. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
just
She's
scheduled her
amazing.
today.
She's
I just
amazing.
scheduled
Yeah.
her today. So we're
Yeah.
looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Well, Debbie, there's wonderful things that she has available for all of you. And her website is her name, Debbie, Debbie, Solaris. Solaris. And there again is a whole galactic Akashic records course that you can take? And are there other things that you want to make sure that we show people on your website here, Debbie?
Yeah, yeah, we're in the process of expanding the website, so I apologize for its limitations, but I do have a whole galactic history section. So right there on the top bar, if you want to just read about different star systems, you can see all the star systems
Wow.
listed there. I mean, it's like a lot of information, and it's all free, so you don't have to, yeah, you don't have to pay for anything. It's all free. I
I
do
love
offer.
when you click the Pleiadians. This is what
Yeah,
comes
there's the
up.
Pleiades right there. Yep.
Right,
So
exactly. There
you
she
got
is.
the beautiful Pleiadian being there. And then I also offer just short little trainings on my training page that uh, obviously we do have the upcoming GARC course. That's the Galactic Akashic Reading course. That's a 6-week course, so it's much more expansive. But then you can take these little trainings, and those are just available. You pay and you just pay and play, and you can watch them anytime, and you can watch them as often as you want, and just on different topics that pertain to star seeds and things that might be of interest to us, such as the elemental beings, or then we got starseed health, we got soul contracts, we got how to recognize extraterrestrial frequencies. So a lot of little courses that you can take. And then I am going to be doing some retreats, more events. We are still building the event page, so I don't have really anything to show you guys as of yet because I'm still finalizing details with Gaia TV and with Divine Travels. But as soon as that gets underway, I think right now the only thing you'll see on there is the Mount Shasta thing in July. So that one is called the Angelic Calling. So if you guys really connect with angels, that's what I'll be talking about. So I'm kind of going a little bit off the ET path and more into the angelic realm for that retreat, and that's with Jonathan Shalimar. He's definitely a being not from this reality. So that's the Calling and Angelic Reunion, and that'll be in the beautiful Mount Shasta area. And then as soon as we get more, we finalize details on the Greek yacht tour, we'll get that on there as well as the Egypt and everything else. So that's what I got going on. So
It's a lot, Debbie. God
yeah,
bless you. Thank you.
thank you for having me.
Amazing.
It's been amazing. Thank you so
Amazing,
much.
Debbie. Thank you so much. And thank you for going through all those archetypes. I think in the comments, we saw everyone
Yeah,
sharing.
everybody's chiming in with
Yeah,
their
everyone's
archetypes. That's
chiming in and
amazing.
who they relate to. And it's just really incredible. I always love how you so beautifully visually depict, our starseed origins so we can just dive deeper and, connect. So it's really beautiful. Thank you so much.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me tonight. I will bid you all good night, but many blessings and take care.
Thank you, Debbie. Good
Bye bye
night.
bye.
All right. In anticipation of our final presenter, do you want me to play the video?
Yeah, let's do it.
What if you could get a live psychic reading and finally get real answers? Join internationally known psychic medium Greg Stanley for a powerful night of live intuitive readings on Soul Search TV. Get clarity on your relationships, life path, career, and the patterns shaping your future. And when spirit comes through, Greg delivers messages from loved ones with honesty and heart. Using tarot and intuitive insight, his readings are direct, accurate, and deeply transformational. To receive a live reading, you must purchase a ticket in advance. Readings are limited and fill quickly. Your answers are waiting. Are you ready to hear them?
And how blessed we are that Greg is here and he's going to do a couple of readings for some of our people.
He is, and I'm
So,
happy to introduce him. So, Psychic Greg Stanley connects with loved ones who have passed, as well as angels, spirit guides, and higher realms to deliver messages intended for each individual's highest good. His readings can also provide insight into past lives and the deeper patterns influencing one's current path. He's known for his honest, direct, and compassionate approach, Greg shares what he receives with clarity and integrity, helping clients confirm that they're on the right path or recognize when it may be time for a new direction. And so we're really excited to have you here tonight, Greg. I'd love for you to introduce yourself, tell everyone a little bit about your story, your personal story and background, because I love it when you share that with people. And then, of course, we can dive into some readings so you guys can really see Greg in action. And we're really excited about his live reading show. That's going to be launching June 4th. And he's going to be doing live readings on Thursdays at 6 p.m. Pacific, or no, 7 p.m. Pacific. And
Yes.
7 p.m. Pacific. So if you guys love Greg tonight, which I'm sure you will, you can tune in and watch his live readings on Soul Search TV, and of course, buy tickets to get another one. So thanks, Greg, for being here. Welcome.
Sure. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Angela, for having me, and for all of you here. I'm excited and I'm honored to be a part of the show. It's awesome listening to the other practitioners and stuff, and learning, and even remembering some things somebody may have touched on before, and it's like, oh my God, I got a lot more clarity on that now. I'm definitely one of the Pleiadians, so I know Debbie had to go, but I wanted to share that yeah, I definitely connect with the Pleiadian energy and the star system. Yeah.
I can see that about you. And
Oh
what
yeah.
a time. This is an auspicious time for the Palladian energies coming in. So
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and I loved hearing about the new moon and everything in Taurus, and how it's affecting us and everything, and I can definitely relate to that. And yeah, without further ado, my name is Greg Stanley. I am a psychic medium and tarot reader. I read for people all over the world. I grew up in Canton, Ohio. So I grew up in a religious household as well. My grandfather was a pastor. So and I was born with psychic abilities, and I could see people and hear people that others could not hear or see. I knew things that they had no idea how I knew and shouldn't know, but I was silenced from the very beginning, because anything that has to do with the occult, anything that has to do with anything outside of the Bible, outside of Jesus, the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, anything that has anything to do outside of heaven and hell, it's forbidden. So I was completely silenced from the beginning. It was I want to say growing up for me was a nightmare, because nobody understood me. And I was just not believed or just shut down. I came out of the closet in 2008, very end of 2008, beginning of 2009. And I swore that I would never live my life in secret again. And I stuck to my guns. I didn't know much, but whatever knowledge I came across, I I used, and whatever I discovered, I shared with people. And it was about 2 years after coming out, as being gay, and that was very challenging for me and very life changing, and it was very difficult for my family to accept, especially with the religious upbringing and whatnot. But we got through it. And 2 years later, I started having dreams of tarot cards. And I'm like, why am I having dreams about tarot cards? Isn't that aren't those things that Miss Cleo or whoever she was? This is my thinking back then. Isn't that what Miss Cleo said? And they call me now for your free tarot reading, and it turns out it wasn't free, and there was a lot of controversy with that. You probably weren't even speaking to Miss Cleo. I'm like, I don't want people to think that I'm like that. No way, I'm not doing that. So I just disregarded those dreams. I just threw those away, and I'm like, there's no way. And I just kind of laughed it off. But I kept having dreams about tarot cards. I would dream that I was turning over these tarot cards in front of people, and it was helping people. And and people were happy, or they were shocked, or they were crying in a happy way. And I'm like, how could I possibly be using tarot cards to help people? And I had learned about the law of attraction before that. And I started to realize, okay, maybe the law of attraction is leading me to tarot cards for some reason. So Easter Sunday, 2011, back when Borders was still open, I went and bought my first deck of tarot cards. And when I opened up the tarot cards, it was the world had just opened up to me. And I'm telling you what, it was like I can't even explain it. It was the best way I can attempt to explain it. It was like a long lost love had just reunited with me. The whole world just opened up, and the tarot was the key that unlocked the that unlocked my spiritual gifts and unlocked the secrets and unlocked what was suppressed all this time. And it was like everything, even from past lives, and everything was just right there. It was like a big bang. Best way to describe it. And I started doing readings for people, and I actually got more hell for being psychic than for being gay. People were like, Greg, first you tell me you're gay, now you tell me you're reading tarot cards. My mom, the pastor's daughter, my grandfather's daughter, she was like, Greg, who the hell are all these people in my house lining up to get psychic readings from you and sitting on my furniture? And it just went viral, and people just kept coming and coming. People were driving out of state to get psychic readings. And so it just grew and grew and grew, and I ended up moving to Honolulu, Hawaii, and I ended up on iHeartRadio over there doing live psychic readings over the air over iHeartRadio on Island 98.5. I was on there for a little over 10 years, and developed a pretty steady following. And yeah, I accidentally became a psychic. I did not expect to be reading tarot cards for people. This is something that was against everything that I was taught, everything that I had believed in, and everything. And it changed my life. And I'm using the tarot to help other people change their lives. I'm no better than any of you guys. I am just using my gift that I was given to help other people. Just like, we can all sing at some level, but there's some people who are gifted at singing. Christina Aguilera, Britney Spears, Kenny Chesney, Pink, Shania Twain. We might not be able to sing like them. They're gifted in it. Okay. My gift happens to be not in singing or anything like that. Mine just happens to be in the psychic readings. And all of you who are watching and listening as well, you have gifts. Some of you guys are doctors, some of you are lawyers, nurses, moms, dads, and you're very gifted at that. And that was not my path, but we're all needed on this planet. And I don't believe in competition. I hope that we all make it. I hope that every single one of us succeeds, regardless of how many times we failed at one thing or another, because that was me. I failed at everything that I did. And it wasn't until I was led to the tarot that's when I discovered my purpose was to help people using tarot and to connect people to their past loved ones as those messages come in. And speaking of which, I am willing to do some readings tonight. Just got a couple minutes per person because of time, but yeah.
No, let's get to it, Greg. And thank you for sharing your story.
Yeah,
And,
thank you, Greg, for your sharing your story. I always love it. Thank you for being a change maker and trailblazer.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You're welcome.
Yeah, no, thank you for your courage to follow your truth, both in terms of your preferences and, of course, you're going for the psychic. Our first person I'd love for you to read for is Patricia. She's one of our regulars, and we love Patricia.
Okay, let me know when to wrap up, because otherwise I don't shut up. So that way we get to the next person.
Can you try and keep it to 2 to 3 minutes for each person?
Sure.
We've got 3 people would like you to read.
Sure, absolutely. It would help if they have a question already in mind. I could just kind of dive right into it.
That's
Otherwise,
great.
I chase butterflies. So for time's sake, just let me know what you want to know, and I'm going to start looking into that.
Is
All
there
right,
a
so
message from the universe for me?
yes. Hi, Patricia. I'm Greg. Yes. Let me look and see what messages are showing up for Patricia. Well, you certainly haven't been sleeping very much. Looks like you've been worried about somebody, or you've been like up during the day. There's a lot on your heart, a lot on your mind right now.
Yeah.
And they're showing me that you need to turn your worries into prayers, because
Good.
the worries that you're having, either they're going to end up resolving on their own, or it's completely out of your control. And your angels, Archangel Michael is showing me that you're a very strong woman. And I feel like you have to be, you most of your life, you had to be strong for everyone around you.
Yes.
And it was very draining for you. And you're still that person that seems to be all things to all people, but you're only one person. You're only one person. So what you need to do is start turning those worries into prayers. Ask for guidance. So, for example, I know you're worried. They're showing you you're worried about somebody's health right now. Is it your own or somebody close to you?
No.
Okay, they're showing me there's something that's been bothering you or that's been worrying you. For some reason, health came up. Do you know what they're talking about?
No.
No. Okay. So they're showing me that if there's anything that's keeping you up at night, or even anything that is that's bothering you throughout the day, like you can't get it out of your head, turn it over to Archangel Michael. Ask him to take care of that situation.
I've been doing that. I've been doing that.
Oh, good. So I'm confirming what you're already doing.
Yes, I've been doing that already.
That's incredible. I see in the near future there's a man. I don't know if it's one of your kids or it's just another like another friend of yours or whatever, but I see a man coming your way that's really going to be inspiring you and uplifting you. And I feel like you're attracting some pretty powerful, pretty positive people that are going to help you with those intrusive thoughts that you've been having.
Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, you're on a really good path. And sometimes you just got to tell people no. I feel like there's somebody that keeps draining your energy. They constantly need something. You're going to have to start telling them no.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, because remember, I'm one person, and a complete sentence, Patricia, is no.
Yes.
I'm busy. Or even if you just don't want to do something, say no. It's
Correct.
okay. The people that love and care about you, when you tell them no, even though they might be disappointed or something like that, you know what? If they really love and care about you, they're going to understand, or they're just going to move forward and everything will be okay. The ones that retaliate, the ones that call you names, the ones that threaten you and all that stuff, those are the users, and the no is your confirmation that they don't need you. You don't need them.
No, I don't feel threatened.
Okay, that's good. I was just using that more as an example. If you did feel threatened. But anyways, yeah, just take care of you and let others, if you're able to help somebody with something, great. But remember, you're only one person.
That's great. That's a great first reading, Greg. I'm going to move us on.
Sure,
And
you're welcome.
I want to acknowledge that's great advice for everybody.
Yeah.
Turn your worries into prayers. That's everybody watching. That's great advice.
Yep.
Our next guest is George Noble.
Hi,
And
George.
is also a beloved regular on our show.
Awesome. George, nice to meet you. I'm Greg.
Hi.
Hi.
I
I can't. Oh, now I can see you. Hi. Yeah. So, did you have a specific question you want to ask me?
what I was thinking of was that I need to move, and I'm told there's money that I've been loans invested. It's coming soon to me. Can you see? Is that the case?
You know what?
I don't.
Let me first look at your moving. So, if I heard you correctly, the first thing you wanted to know if you were possibly moving. You were
I'm
wondering if you
asking,
were
am I
moving.
going to get the money so that I
Oh,
can
if you're
move?
going to get the money. Got it.
And I'll tell you that I'm a very old guy, 82, and I didn't feel or hear normally early in my life. And my feelings and my hearing are coming back. I'm using very powerful hearing aids, and it's made a world of difference in my life.
That's
But
incredible.
but I get in people's face. That everybody thinks I'm coming on to them, male or female, just because I'm trying to hear. I'm
Right.
doing work for that. So
And that's okay. Just communicate that to them. As far as the money coming for you in the near future where you'd be able to move, I am not seeing it coming in the near future.
okay.
Yeah, so if anything, what's coming up, I do see money, and it could come even even in the with what you were told before that you had some money coming your way and everything, it may actually come a different way that you weren't even expecting.
Right. Prosperity isn't always about money.
Exactly, exactly. It's
Yeah.
like I wanted to make my money. I wanted to be an actor, so I pursued acting, and I discovered my psychic abilities were helping people. So another door opened up. So for you, you may be looking over here, but the money's coming from a different direction, from a different source, and it's still coming. It's not right around the corner, but I do see it should be the earliest I'm seeing it possibly coming would be next summer, so 2027. And the other 2 years that look really good for you are 28 and 29. I see you move by 28, 29. Hopefully, it's sooner than that, but I am seeing 20, 28, 29.
Okay. Not as soon
Um,
as I'd like, but okay.
I
Thank you.
wish it was sooner though, because you know what? It would be great for you to be able to go, pick up and go right now. Sometimes, we have no other choice but to be patient. But I know for you, most of your life, you've been forced to be patient.
That's right.
Yep.
Double Capricorn. I'm kind of rooted here. I've been here 23 years. I own the property 10 years, and now the people that own it don't appreciate me. I really should be somewhere else.
Yeah. Yeah, and I just saw in the comments somebody marked on somebody. I think Susan said divine timing, and that's exactly what it would be. Sometimes if things happen too soon, it's like, oh crap, we end up getting something that we didn't want, and sometimes the universe is kind of um, making us wait because there is something better that's coming our way. That's sometimes our free will. If we override that, it's like, oh, now I see why I should have waited. But you're going to be okay. Call on the Archangel Raziel. Archangel Raziel, he's the archangel that removes obstacles. And when you call upon him, he will guide you in the right direction, and he'll help remove whatever's holding back that money or wherever it's supposed to come from. So just call on him for the remover of obstacles. And you can also call on the Archangel Ariel. She helps with physical manifestation for what humans need. And in our society, we require money. So she helps us acquire money.
Okay. Raziel and Ariel.
Correct. Yeah. So
Got it.
it's easy. They're easy to remember. Raziel and Ariel. Yep. And somebody, I think they commented they put it in the comments as well for you to review and stuff. But you're gonna be okay. Um, I think we're about at that time here. We might need to move to the next person. But any of you guys who get a reading, it's okay for you to see me on a one-on-one basis where we can go through, go deeper into things. But this is what we can do in the couple minutes that we got.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you, Greg. And
Sure.
our last guest is Rachel Rose. Rachel, you're on camera. So here you are. And Rachel, I need you to unmute, please.
Hi,
There you go.
Rachel.
Hi, Greg.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good.
That's good. That's good.
I'm in the same generation as George is,
Okay.
but I feel like I'm stuck. I don't know which direction. Definitely financially, I'm been very challenged most of my life, and especially now.
Yeah.
And I don't know the direction. Do I need another? I also would like to move into a house, but I don't know if that will happen very soon, being that I'm single and I've been in my condo 34 years. But and I don't know if there's a man in my life that I will connect with to have that love relationship.
So, as far as your romantic life, let me touch on that for a second here. I'm just going to look and see if you got somebody coming like near future, or if it's somebody coming a little bit later. I'm going to look at both for Rachel. Is she going to meet this guy near future, or is it going to be a little later? Wow. Interesting. So the two tarot that came up were pentacles, which is money.
Wow.
So there is a guy with money. I mean, oh my God, it's a dream thing where a woman's like, oh my God, I got a man with money coming my way. Cha-ching. You know, this is something that is possible for you. Now, he may not be, Bill Gates, but he has good cash flow, and he's able to help. He's not going to necessarily be your sugar daddy, but he is going to be there to be able to help you out. But I do see somebody coming your way. The earliest he would come, I don't think it's going to be this soon, but the earliest he could come is in about 6 months. But I'm receiving guidance not to wait around for him. Like, you need to be doing your own thing. You need to be putting any ideas that are coming to you to make more money, to get a side job, to bring any idea that you have to bring in a little bit of extra money. Anything helps, right? So when you do that, I want you to know the right man for you. He's going to be like, this woman works. This woman makes things happen. What can I do to help make it happen faster? That's the kind of man that you deserve, because your ex was the complete opposite of that. You had to do all the work. Yeah. So if you needed them, you'd be with them. You don't need them. It's better to be alone and available for the right guy than to stay with somebody who makes you feel alone.
Well, that's why I'm single 34 years.
I've been single since 2019. So,
since 92. So I got to be.
Exactly. But you know what? What's good is look at how much trouble we may have saved ourselves from possibly being. The angels are protecting me, and they're protecting you from being with somebody that could be detrimental to you. But as far as your finances go, let me look at that. This is regardless of the man coming in and, helping. That would be gravy on top of, what you already can create, what you can already manifest, because you're more than capable, Rachel. So I do see, looks like you may have a lot of debt right now, or it's just not a lot coming in right now. I'm not seeing much change right now. What I do see is there is something that you're going to do. There's something that, how when they, let me go back for a second. Have you ever heard the saying, nothing changes if nothing changes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to have to step out of your comfort zone. And whether it's get that side job, or that you're maybe it's not your most favorite thing in the world to do, but you're good at it. You might attract other opportunities just by being willing to step out of that comfort zone. I feel like that's going to be your key to bringing in some more money where you can afford to buy a house. Because I do see you possibly being able to buy a house. So it's not for at least 4 years, though. Yeah. So you have plenty of time to start getting everything under control so you can afford that little house that you're looking to, that little 1-story house that I see you getting. You don't need stairs.
No. Oh, I have stairs now, but it keeps me in shape.
Yeah, that's good. But yeah, I see this house that you're going to end up getting, and it's got this little it's either a walking path, or it's one of those neighborhoods where the sidewalks that kind of lead into a path or something, and I see you being able to walk and go through that.
There's also a possibility that my son might have something to do with the house for me. My other son just bought a house this week. It's interesting.
Nice. Yeah, I feel like it's going to come. You know what? I'm wondering whether it's that romantic guy that I'm seeing that's helping you financially, or you have a blessing from one of your children, maybe you'll get both. Open your heart and mind to those possibilities, because that's how you're going to achieve this. It's not going to come from doing what you're doing now. You're going to have to make some changes. You're going to have to step it up so that you can receive that abundance that you're looking for, because it takes action. And you can do that.
I'm in a couple of network marketing. I don't have passion for network marketing, but that's what the latest thing I've been in. And how do I bring up that passion so that I can do it?
So to be honest with you, I don't see that being the right path for you.
It's never been. I'm actually a massage therapist for 44 years, and I also work as a part-time aide. So, and I'm very good connecting people, but I don't get paid to connect people. So.
Right. I understand that, though. There's a couple things I see with you. One, you got the hot hands, which is why you're good with massage therapy. You would be really good with Reiki as well. That might be a side thing that the angels are bringing you opportunity to learn that and to move forward with that.
Yeah, I do that. I've done that.
So then you're being asked to step up.
Yeah. Okay.
So you're going to have to step it up. I am seeing with you, and I am in no way trying to tell any of the viewers that are watching who are in network marketing that it's bad, don't do it. I'm saying those specifically for you individually, it's not your path, honey.
It never has been.
Yeah. And so when you asked me, how do I bring that passion up? How can you get passionate about something you either isn't working or you don't like? That would be like me saying, bring me the passion to be a brain surgeon. Believe me, you do not want me doing brain surgery on you, because I have no passion for that. And it's not there. So that's the best way to describe it. But you are going to be okay.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah. And you've always been like that provider. And so that's why you're able to be so independent, because you provide for yourself. You don't have to worry about anybody else. You are going to bring a man into your life, though, that just adds to that. So that's what you need. Otherwise, you don't need him.
Right.
You don't need to be a sugar mama to anybody or a fixer. You know, you tried fixing one or two people and it doesn't work. So you're on a much better path now.
Thank you.
Thank you,
are
Greg.
very welcome.
Thank you for taking the time to do readings. Thank you, Rachel, for being with us.
Thank you, Rachel.
And for those of you who want to get a reading from Greg but couldn't do it today, go to his website. And psychicgregstanley.com is what we have, but it takes you to tarottimepsychic.com.
Yes.
So either way works, psychicgregstanley.com or tarottimepsychic.com. And this is where you can learn a little bit more about Greg and your beautiful story. Thank you again, Greg, for just being the beautiful being that you are. You're a beautiful, beautiful soul.
Thank you.
And yeah, it's wonderful to have you on the show.
Definitely.
I really am honored to be on here, and thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
And stay tuned, guys, because June 4th, we are launching Greg's new show, Psychic Greg Stanley Live Readings. And that's going to be on Soul Search TV. And you guys can just click on the link, which I just dropped in the chat, and you can book a ticket in advance. I think you're doing 4 readings per show, Greg?
I believe so. Yeah, the four readings is fine.
So we have 4 readings per show, and you guys can tune in, buy a ticket. People are already buying tickets for June 4th. And even if you don't buy a ticket, tune in and watch the show. We're Thursdays at 7 p.m. And as you know, like Scott was pointing out with the first message, that was a great message for all of us to hear, all of these messages. So whenever you're tuning in, there's something for you to learn, something for you to see, gain wisdom from, transmission of frequency. So it's going to be such a fun show with you, Greg. We can't wait.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Thanks, Greg. Hope to see you again soon.
Yes, likewise. Thanks, guys.
And a reminder one last time, that you can find all of this on Soul Search. If you go to soulsearch.tv, that's where you can see the most
Just click
recent
on
shows.
watch shows. If you click on watch shows on demand, you can but just like that purple button at the bottom there, you can
Oh,
just go on watch shows on demand. Yeah. And then you can watch the shows there. And you can see there's all types of TV shows that you guys can tune into. Jared the Medium's show, Victoria Shaw's show, Share National's Promise. You can keep scrolling down, Scott, and Scott, if you can scroll down. Yeah, yeah. And then you can see we have many different types of shows. Of course, we have the produced shows like Victoria's Living in Alignment, Jared the Medium's Medium Sized Ego, Adrienne Tom's Infinite Pathway. And then, of course, we have all of our live reading and healing shows. So you can also tune in and watch the past episodes. So even if you miss the live show, you can always go back and watch the previous shows on demand. So we would definitely encourage you guys to do that. Check out the shows. And of course, tune in to Greg's show launching June 4th. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then this week, of course, Monday, we have numerology readings with Monet, psychic readings with Bob the Psychic, and past life readings with Donna. So you guys tune in for that this week. Thank you.
Tangela, thank you so much. Enjoy tomorrow at Concord. And of course, anybody who's in the Bay Area, you can still go to the Enlightenment Expo in Concord tomorrow, 10 a.m. till 6 p.m. Yeah.
Yep, 10 a.m. till 6 p.m. at the Concord Expo. It was packed today. All of our practitioners there are saying it was like Vegas. Really, we had a really packed show in Vegas too. So there, yeah, Greg is agreeing because Greg was there. It was super busy, and Concord has been the same. So if you guys are in the Bay Area, come and join us at the Concord Hilton, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then next, we're going to be in Scottsdale, June 6th and 7th, Reno, June 13th, 14th, and then South San Francisco, June 20th and 21st. So Nevada, Arizona, and California, if you guys are local with us in any of those areas, we love to meet up in person and be with our community live. So come join us.
Beautiful. Thank you, Tangela. It's always a pleasure. You know that I love you.
Thank you, Scott, so much. Love you too. And of course, much love to our whole Global Peace Tribe and Awakening World community. We love you guys so much.
Yeah, and stick around because we still have prayer time and one final Amushar song. And to lead our prayer time, our prayer goddess, Diara.
Thank you. Let's see. Okay, good. Gallery view. So, scooping all of our beautiful hearts, our minds, our bodies, reaching out into the other groups watching us, listening, putting in all of our hopes, our prayers, our desires into this beautiful, safe space, and acknowledging the tenderness and the vulnerability that we provide sanctuary for. So, working with those invisible energies for a moment. Putting protection around all of that. And then reaching out into the physical for healing of the physical. And yes, indeed, I have Eleanor Joy. I have Scotty. I even have our beloved Sylvia, who's looking so wonderful, so strong. And healing for our own bodies, reaching that healing out through all the auric layers, smoothing any areas of roughness, those sharp edges. As we move, as Scott said, light beings in this dense world. Asking for the abundance and the resources to come to each and every one of us in the ways that serve our highest and divine truth and well-being. Praying for our animals, our planet, And just let the power of all that is unseen come into form. And sending out more prayers of healing in the physical for our beloveds. Oshame eki mahasaki tonahe mohoshe kimiti nasa tokoshima, thanking all the galactic beings, the ultras, the extras that have been here through all the galaxies, all the realms, all the timelines tonight. Shokohama he te te, blessing all those dwelling deep within the earth and asking for mercy as we go through these changes necessary for our evolution and the evolution of all. And receiving the acknowledgement, receiving the love, knowing that we are watched and we are held. And so it is.
Beautiful. And as always, let's have a moment of a Coda gallery review, actually. Let's just have a minute of silence where we can all privately pray and send energy to those in need. Maximum grace for us all. Maximum grace. Thank you, DRR. We're going to go to Omashar in a moment, but I do want to let you all know, those of you that are regulars know that I've been talking about the Relationship Mastery course that Katrina and I are starting, and some of our Global Peace Drivers are going to be participating in that, Diara and Omashar and Susan Bloomquist. And we did our first kind of initial course last Saturday. We took today off. And next Saturday is when we're starting this series. And we're going to be teaching every Saturday for 14 weeks. But we've opened it up so that you can either sign up for the entire course or you can sign up for one course at a time. And if you take a look, you'll be able to see all the different titles and the different topics of what we have. And we've put a lot into it. Life is relationship. If you want to have a better life, improve your relationships. When our relationships are good, we're happy. When our relationships are not going well, we're unhappy. So this is where you can take a look at the course outline. So for example, next Saturday, May 23rd, it's going to be all about deepening our self-awareness, learning how to differentiate between our thoughts, our feelings, and our needs, understanding more about our emotional experience and cultivating emotional intelligence. And you can see what we're doing week by week. Would love to have some of you join. And if you are interested sincerely in knowing more about it, you're welcome to text me or text Katrina or send us an email. And I've put the link into the chat box. So would love to have some of you joining the course. As far as upcoming shows, I don't have posters done yet, but on Wednesday, it's going to be another edition of Making Contact with Alan Steinfeld. And our special guest is Captain Ron, who's the owner of the upcoming Contact in the Desert event, which is the biggest UFO event in the world, really. And it's happening the last weekend of May. And the creator is going to be our special guest. We're also going to have John Martin with us. We have a special musical artist, Sophia, with us. And of course, Alan and probably a couple of other guests. So that's Wednesday night. And then a week from tonight, it's going to be really unique and fun. We are going to be announcing the winners of this year's Illuminate Film Festival micro shorts. And so if you haven't voted yet, watch the micro shorts and vote. And we're going to have the 5 key winners and Danette Walpert, who runs the Illuminate Film Festival, and the people who've won on the show. And they're using our show to announce the winners. We'll watch some of the shorts, and they're all beautiful. They're really, really fun. So that's going to be a week from tonight. Thank you, everybody, for being with us. And of course, thank you to Angela and Tiara. And most of all, thank you to my co-pilot, the man who makes all things happen if he's not drowning in the process, Coming out of the water, like Jesus walking on the water, coming out of the water, is our beloved house musical artist, Omar Shah.
We shed the cross of ages, revealing light within the form. We share the joy in living, as finally we know. No thought about a future. This moment is all we have to know. We walk the path together, and hand in hand we grow. As we walk on earth, we're building an eternity. Now all can see the way back home again, bridging heaven and earth. And now the way is clearer, as we rejoice in human form. Our lives becoming dearer. There's truth in everyone. Our love is like a river, to which the world can come to drink. An ocean when together, and with one mind we think. As we walk on earth, we're building an eternity. Now all can see the way back home again, bridging heaven and earth. We share the joy in living, and hand in hand we grow. Bridging heaven and earth.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Carol Craig said it perfectly. She said, such a beautiful final song. Love all of you, my family. And thank you, Omar Shah. Beautiful songs tonight, as always. I want to remind people that our beloved Scotty Satori, so many of you have already supported him, But if you haven't, or if you're feeling like you want to support again, just put it into the chat box. And thank you. Look at all those names. There's all of Diara and Connie and Carol and Lorna, all of our Global Peace Tribers that have been supporting him. And so many of you. I'll go to all the people. Look, Carol Sims, Bonnie. I mean, these are all Global Peace Tribers supporting him. And so please keep Scotty in your prayers, and please continue to support him financially. And Scotty, is there anything you want to share with the audience? I hadn't set up earlier that we would do this, but do you want to give anybody an update on how you're doing?
Yes, my head's up high and vibing, and it's been a roller coaster, but today I feel great and just had this energy all day, and I was able to get out and work a little bit and energy this evening, so I'm taking and loving it. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so and I'm just so I did post it, just so thankful and grateful for all of you, and it's beyond words. It's beyond words.
We love you very much.
Well, I love
Absolutely.
you.
All right, brother. Well, take care, and we'll see you on Wednesday night.
All right.
And hopefully we'll see all of you on Wednesday night. It's going to be a great show. The latest on what's happening with disclosure and UFOs and UAPs with the man who knows it all, Alan Steinfeld, and Captain Ron, and of course myself, John Martin, a new singer that you'll enjoy, Sophia. She's wonderful. And of course, our beloved Omashar, and prayer time with Tiara and maybe Desiree. Thank you, everybody. Have a beautiful sacred Sunday tomorrow. Go to Concord, those of you who are in the Bay Area.